The favorite part today, I think, was the makeup. It was so much fun to see how they did it, and it's crazy, but I love it.
So again, we're going to start off with nice cleansed skin, make a great canvas for the makeup to sit on. So I'm going to use a slightly heavier moisturising cream on you, our Seraphic Veil. It's got such a beautiful texture, it's almost whipped. So I'm going to apply this to the skin, just all over, particularly around the nose, especially it's winter time, people tend to get winter nose, it gets a little dry, so make sure that's really rubbed in nicely. I'm also going to layer that over the top of that, the aqua primer, and you can do this right up under the eyes, so right around the nose. So we're just making a really gorgeous, gorgeous base for our foundation to go onto. And again, use the primer over the eye, whole eye area. It just will set your eye up for the makeup. I'm also going to put a product on your lip. Because I'm going to use a bright colour, I want your lips to be in best condition. So we've got this fabulous lip balm called Kiss Elixir, and it smells like honey. It's great on the skin. This, you know, has no water in it. It's not going to dry your lips, and it's just going to help really hydrate them. So this is super nourishing. So I'm going to use one of our Milk Aquarelles, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous foundation. It's gel-based, and it really is blendable, but not too heavy, and you don't need a great deal. I think you're going to be in almond milk. Now, what I am going to do, because I want the skin to look really luminous and fresh, I'm going to actually blend the highlighting liquid in with the foundation, so you get this really amazing sort of glossy face. So I'm going to take Sea of Showers. It's a really great colour. If you're fair, you could use this just on its own in the summer rather than using an actual foundation. I'm going to mix that in with your shade. Take a brush, blend those two together. This is going to look really great on your skin. So using a brush, you can get a really nice, light, gorgeous, flawless effect. Already you can see that Sea of Showers just shining through. It's absolutely beautiful. So again, I work starting from the centre of the face and then I blend it out. Generally, the edge of the face doesn't need as much makeup. And that Sea of Showers is just really lifting the foundation, making it luminescent and slightly pearlized, which is beautiful. I like to just blend down onto the neck a little bit when I do foundation. It just helps to make sure you've got a seamless finish. There's nothing worse than seeing tide lines around the edge of the face. So I'm just doing a light veil across the forehead. I don't want this foundation to look inches thick. It's just a nice sheen across the whole entire face. Just blend it through. Again, I like to put a little bit over the eyelid, just so that we've got rid of the touch of the redness that is, you know, more than we need. Right into the corners, just under the eyes where there's a little bit more redness. It's nice to get the Sea of Showers up there, just to help reflect the light a bit more. So I'm just doing a nice concealer under the eye. I want that face just to look fresh and lit, just to really catch the light and reflect in the areas that particularly, you know, tend to get a bit darker. So we don't want it to look heavy, and I like to blend it over the top of the foundation because then you tend to use a little bit less. Concealer can look too heavy and sit in the fine lines, and that's not a good look. And again, around the nose, any bits that go red, particularly in winter, is literally just catching the light. Her face is completely luminous, it's gorgeous. I'm going to work with one of my favourite products. It's called the Eye Gloss. I'm going to use this one. I think the tones are going to work really well with your skin colour. Cherub's Giggles, which is quite a cute name. You can apply it directly from the packaging, or you can do as I'm going to do, which is just to put a bit on my hand and then I'm going to use my finger. Very easy, very simple. Smooth it across the whole eyelid. It's going to make a really nice, glossy, wide-eyed, fresh look. With the eye gloss, if you apply it over an eyeshadow, it can make the eyeshadow crease, which, you know, if you're wanting a very smudgy, smoky, more urban look, that's great. But if you want just something really fresh and clean, apply it just straight onto the eyelid or over, you know, some of the aqua primer. something that's just going to even out the tone of your eyelid. I'm actually going to use it in Sophia's eyebrows as well because they're fabulous. Just blend it out towards the end of your eyebrows. I'm just going to take, for in the centre of the eyes, I really want them to pop, so I'm going to use one of our Fire Drops loose pigments, which are really full of colour. I'm going to go with a similar sort of tone for Sophia, kind of bringing out the warm side of your skin tone. Sleeping Under a Mandarin Tree. It's got a little bit of gold, a little bit of pink, which is really nice. I'm just going to place that right in the corners here to pick up the light, make your eyes really pop. Just blend that underneath a little. Don't want it to look too sharp. More softened. I'm going to get some mascara on you. You have gorgeous lashes that are very curly, so they don't need curling anyway. I'm going to use a lengthening mascara. We've got Swift Length. I'm going to use a really nice juicy black. Now, these eyelashes are fabulous. And make sure you get right into those inner corners. This taper brush is perfect for that. Not such a big brush, you can't just get in, you've got full control. If you get any clumps, because I want the eyelashes to be really fanned, you can use an eyelash comb to go through those. Look at those eyelashes, almost as if you had false eyelashes on. So we're just kind of sweeping that mascara through the lengths of the eyelashes, and fanning them out at the same time. I like to put a little bit on the tops, but mostly from underneath to lift the lashes. So I'm going to do a couple of coats because I want the lashes to really stand out nice and black. Make sure you get right into those corners, pick up all the little lashes, although in Sophia's case, there are no little lashes, they're all really long. So using a clear eye gloss, because I don't want to put colour through your eyebrows, I'm going to push your eyebrows up and then push some of the product through them to help keep them held up. I want it really wild looking. So I'm just pushing them up. This is quite a nice way to get a sort of fresh look. Rather than being very, very groomed, I think it's nice sometimes to try and look a little bit more been through a hedge backwards but chicly. Just got out of bed, looking hot. So I'm going to take that on my eyebrow brush. You can get throwaway ones of these from good sort of beauty stores. Boots will probably sell them. And they're great to use for brushing eyebrows, or even an old toothbrush would work as well. It's just something that will get right in those eyebrows and lift them up. I'm going to do some contouring on your cheeks. So for that I'm going to use one of our powder blushes in a more sort of neutral tones. No bright colours here. I'm going to use a combination of Delicata and then a slightly darker one, Starino. Now these are best applied with brushes, and powders are not so great with your fingers. So if you can purchase a brush, sort of a flat-sided one like this, that would be the best thing to apply when you're doing contouring. So I'm just going to mix the two together. And if you want to find out where your cheekbones are, if you're not sure, all you have to do is kind of go like this. So start where you can see it going in, then work back towards your ear. So you just gradually build this up. Don't put too much on to start with. So I'm just gradually blending. Keep stepping back from the mirror, having a look. Turn your head to the side. Make sure you're blending okay. Just blend it upwards. The trick to contouring is to put the dark underneath and then lighten above. So that's what we're going to do with Sophia. And keep it darker closer to the ear and blend it out towards the centre of the face. It's really going to highlight your cheekbones. In the centre there, just to balance your face a little bit more. Alright, what I'm going to use now, just to really pick off the top of that cheekbone again, is one of my favourite products, Sea of Clouds, highlighting fluid. Just take a pump of that and just put it on the tops of your cheekbones. And you can apply this over the foundation. You could even put this over the powder and it wouldn't upset powder. And you can take it up to the side of the eye as well. This is one of those products you'll use once and you'll fall in love with. If you want to achieve a really nice blend, you could just dab yourself a little bit of powder. Piano Forte, it's translucent, it's got some yellow tone in it, it's not going to show up too much, and just brush that over what you've done and that will help to blend. So now I'm going to move on to your lips. I want to do something really nice and bright. So I'm going to just pad off a little bit of that Kiss Elixir. It's done its job now, so I'm going to use the Fine Spun Light in Orionis. Just going to pump that onto my hand. Just apply this over the whole lip, particularly concentrating on the outer lip line. It's going to pick up the light and look really nice. It's a good base for lipstick as well. So I'm going to use Word of Mouth, which is one of our amazing pigmented lipsticks. If you're using it on yourself, you can apply it straight from the tube, but if you want a more sort of finely finished effect, I'd always say try and use a brush. So get your brush loaded up with colour. So this is a really great colour for your skin tone. It's quite rich and deep. It's just going to zing out of your face. So you're going to concentrate the bulk of the colour into the centre of the lip, sort of taper out towards the edges. So by putting that finely spun light around the outside, you're really highlighting and defining the shape of your lips. Now for a bit of added intensity with colour, I'm going to add one of our lovely lip glosses over the top of that. So I'm going to take something more on the pinky side, Handle Me. They've got some great names. Just apply that really nicely, liberally over your lipstick. And that's going to really intensify the colour of that lip. Lip gloss is a great product to carry in your handbag too. You can just update your look within seconds with a nice lip gloss. And these aren't sticky either. So that lip's now just looking so juicy, it's 3D, it's fresh, it's healthy. Just going to pop a tiny bit more eye gloss on and then your look is pretty much there. She's not shiny, I'm not going to put any powder on, I do not think you need it. You've got beautiful, nice long fluttery eyelashes, pushed up eyebrows and this great popping mouth. Looks great.